Welcome to Furzton Lake in Milton Keynes. My name's Pemb Wrighting. I'm going to run you through a really simple tactic today using a proactive ground bait that should lead you to having a really nice busy day catching lots of fish of all sizes. I'm going to get back out there and try and get one, and we'll talk a bit more about it then. Playing another small fish here. As I say, it's only a very simple tactic I'm using today. Little open end feeder. I'll get this little one in, pop him in my net, and I'll run you through it in a bit more detail. So when we got to the venue this morning, had a look around, fishing for a bit of everything here today. So I've plonked roughly in the middle of the lake so I can get to the main body of the water. Always a good bet if you ask me on these big reses. And first job of the day before I do anything else was mix up my ground bait. So I've tipped my Pro Natural into the bucket, got my whisk out, not because I'm lazy, well a little bit maybe, but what that whisk does, it gets a lot of air into the ground bait, saves you riddling it as well, so it's something less to take with you. Gives the ground bait a really nice, even, smooth texture, which is just what you want for any session, to be honest. So a drill and whisk, great little addition. I've actually left the ground bait quite dry today when I've mixed it up, because as I say, I'm fishing a little open end feeder here today. That's not to say you have to mix it dry every time. This ground bait would be just as suitable for a pole, mix it a bit damper for fishing with a pole, but today, open end feeder, nice and dry. That's because I want to create a bit of a cloud every time I'm casting in. I'll be casting in really regularly when I start the session. I just literally cast in every 50 seconds to a minute. I won't spot out a load of bait at the start. I'll just keep casting regular, judge what indications I get. If I'm getting a few signs, I'll keep casting regular, try and draw even more fish in, and then when I get a few signs, I'll slow down a little bit, leave me bait in the swim a little bit longer so the fish will have time to take it. Simple as that, really. Today, all I'm feeding in the proactive is a few casters, keeping it really simple. Every fish likes casters. I don't want to be too selective. I don't want to ram in a load of corn and pellets or worms. Some fish might not like them that I want to catch today, so really unselective, catch everything. I just want to have a really nice day today, keep busy and catch as many as I can. So without further ado, I'm going to get back out there and try and catch some more. Another nice perch. Got quite a few of these today. Slipping back. Well, as I said, the rig for this session and tactic is very simple, like all good rigs to be fair. So I've got 11-foot feeder rod. That's an Aventus feeder rod. Allows you to cast nice and accurate. I've got an 11-footer today because I'm fishing at 25 metres. I'll stick that up on my stick so I'm nice and accurate. Should I have a crack off, just go back to my stick, stick it up again, and I'm fishing down the same hole again. I've got a far bank marker. There's a little mud hole in the island, so I'm aiming for that every chuck. As I say, regular casting is really important with this tactic, so you want to be as accurate as possible because you're building up that column of bait going through the water. If you're dropping it here, there and everywhere, you're not building up a particular spot. You're not going to be able to condense the fish, so nice accurate casting is definitely a real benefit to this tactic. Mainline, I've got some 012 pulsate braid on my reel. I've just fished that straight through down to a nice little helicopter paternoster rig. Just got a couple of line stops there, little quick change swivel in between them to put my hook length on. Small slimline exchange feeder. I could swap between the weights and the size of that, see how the fishing's going. If I'm getting quite a few fish, I'll actually probably fish a smaller feeder because I'll end up casting more often, so I don't want too much bait in the swim because I think it will probably fill the fish up and scare them off. So More regular casting, I'll probably have a smaller feeder. If I'm chucking it out there and leaving it maybe 5 minutes, I'll probably put on a bigger feeder so I'm still getting a volume of bait in the swim. That's my thinking behind it anyway. Then I've got a hook length of about 18 inches to 2 foot of 0.15 end gauge down to a 14 LWGF feeder hook. That's a micro barbed hook. You're allowed them here at Furzton. I've got a couple of maggots on the hook. Now you may think a 14 hook's quite big for 2 maggots, but the way I look at it, because you're fishing a feeder, you're not seeing the bite immediately like you would be a pole, so that slightly bigger hook is going to allow you to hook the fish a bit better. Got braid on the reel, gives you that extra security of the harshness of the braid. That bigger hook, the hook's not going to pop out as easy, so nice size 14 hook, should save any mishaps, hopefully lose less fish. And that's it really, a nice simple rig, nice accurate casting. Really try and get the best out of your swim, be really active. The ground bait's nice and active, so your fishing's got to reflect that. You've got to be nice and active too. So nice simple rig for a simple tactic. One thing to bear in mind when you're fishing your open end feeder is how hard you actually squeeze your bait into your feeder, because it can vary a lot. The good thing about the Proactive is you can mix it nice and dry, just really gently push it into your feeder. If you want to cloud up your peg, draw a lot of activity into it, create a lot of activity yourself through regular casting with dry ground bait, or you can make it a bit wetter, pack it in a bit harder, you can sit and wait for a bite. So don't just ram it in every cast, have a little think about it. If you stop getting bites, maybe chuck away your little mixing bowl. I have a little working bowl, I call it, on my side tray, which I take from the main bulk of ground bait, put a small amount in there, have a few casts with that. If that's not right, I'll just chuck that down to the side, put a bit more in, wet it up a bit, or vice versa. Keep varying it about, not only how you squeeze your bait into your feeder, but the wetness of your ground bait as well. Keep busy, and you definitely keep busy on the fish stakes also. I've had a great day here at Furzton, fishing with the Proactive. Kept really active ourselves, caught lots of fish of all sizes, cut the skimmers, lots of perch, lots of roach. Had a lovely day, both bite most chucks to be fair when they turned up. So just to recap, as soon as you get to your peg, mix your ground bait, keep it nice and dry to start with so you can keep your options open. You can always add more water to it later on if you want to change how it behaves in your swim. So nice and dry to start with, you can move on from there. Nice, simple but effective rig. Not got any tangles with this rig today. It's fished nicely, you can see the bites nicely on it, just the job. Simple baits in the feeder that all the fish eat, casters, odd maggot wouldn't hurt either. A couple of maggots on the hook. Everything's just been geared towards being nice and busy, catching plenty of fish and having a nice day. And we've done that here today at Furzton. So I hope this helps you next time you get out on a similar sort of venue where you just want to have a nice day and catch lots of fish. And we'll see you next time.